Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite life energy coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, simply because I've designed it in the last 9 years that I've been a coach, and nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information from me is below. I rendezvous with all of my clients 2 to 3 times per week. And I recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me in order to complete the coaching program and to leave you in a stable, vibrationally, emotionally place with all the tools that you need to continue living out your dream life. What I do guarantee is that you will receive a perception, a mental, and energy shift within you, which is what you need to really start processing a lot of things, getting rid of a lot of past resentment, anger, etc., and thus creating a new you, energetically speaking, vibrationally speaking, and thus inevitably in physical form also with the manifestations. And yes, your SP, don't worry, they're coming. The most important person is you, because you're the creator of your reality. So in order to be in my coaching, you need to pre-book. I would not procrastinate with that. If you're thinking about it, definitely go for it. I'm getting booked up every single day. So if you want to start in a relatively short period of time, book ahead. Sometimes you might need to wait, generally speaking, about 10 days, something like that. Sometimes it could be longer. It's unpredictable. So there's constantly people leaving my coaching, graduating from the school of Anna, and there's constantly people coming in. So also you will need to send me the coaching agreement signed by hand, dated, and printed, your name printed on it, and send it to me by email, as well as your availability when we can get together for our first session. Everything's recorded in my coaching. It's sessions are on Zoom or via a phone call. I send you the tape every single time, and you are to watch it, go through it yourself. I certainly go through it. I take an enormous amount of notes because everything is interesting to me. How you say it, what choice of words, emotions, etc. This is why this is such a deep dive, and really is unparalleled with anything, that is available out there, which is how I wanted it to be. So if you have any questions, email me directly before you book. Also, don't forget about the monthly Magic and Miracles audios. I would definitely invest in that as a entry-level coaching, as well as the video school. Can say enough good things about it, because that's what I hear from my clients. So I wanted to record this short audio to invite everybody tomorrow to my live. The title is Operating from Godstate. So we're going to discuss, if you're new, subscribe. You will definitely learn on this channel more than anywhere else, my darling love. I promise you that. All the audios that I have, over like 300 on my channel now, they're very good, but they're not, what I record for the subscription, for the monthly subscription, really is on another level. Just wanted to make this distinction, because if you think you're getting more of the same that you see on my channel, that's not the case. Okay. First of all, you don't get the intro. So for those of you who don't like to hear my intro, although, not too many people have told me that, actually. The people been in my coaching, gone through my coaching, and still listen to the intro. Okay, that's how much they're a fan of me. So there are no intros in the audios, but most importantly, it's a deep conversation on the topic where I'm free to give you information that I share only one-on-one in coaching, and you get the same exercises. So essentially, like, the audio package is more or less my book material together with the exercises, which is kind of what I do in the video school, although the video school is very precise, step by step, and more of the conversations that we have in coaching. So, for those of you who can't come into coaching, then these two packages combined should really do magic and miracles for you. But tomorrow we will talk about what is Godstate. I've spoken about this before. If you're new, you definitely want to tune in. This is your opportunity to ask me questions about your personal situation. I will answer to the best of my ability. But generally speaking, I will address what it really takes to arrive at a shift, arrive at a mental perspective change, at this turning point where you start seeing results and you never really go back. So, the more I work with people, specifically on YouTube. So before that, I would coach people of YouTube. For 7 years, I did that and still do. But mainly I would coach actors, comedians, models, people of that nature in the entertainment business. Some businessmen, some business women, but mainly we would strategize about the career, the success in that department, creatively, etc. So it was more of a kind of like directed to help them with their work. And, if some of them I've had for years and we have a different structure of coaching and this and that, but this is kind of like the world I'm coming from. So they've been around the block, so to speak, in this manifestational situation. So it's a little bit different of a coaching. So I'm more and more learning that, the way I speak, the way that I kind of like record my audios, don't misunderstand that you have to have been in this game for quite some time. To have my perspective, to have my expectations. So don't be irritated or be hard on yourself or whatever. If you don't understand something, if it seems far-fetched to you, if it sounds like bullshit even, and if it's too good to be true, it's not. I'm coming from experience, and I'm definitely, have had like a tremendous amount of clients who literally tried so many different other coaches and came to me afterwards, right? And achieved what they wanted to achieve. And I just go off of what worked in my own life. And that is what I teach. So, but understand, it does take, going over and over certain things. Like, I might say something and it sounds so simple, but behind this simplicity, there is definitely work. Like, don't misunderstand, right? I mean, I definitely, have had practice since, like, I don't know, age 11, 12 of deliberately manifesting things, deliberate manifestations. But nevertheless, there were adjustments that needed to be made in my life. So in other words, things take time. And a lot of the times where I'm coaching somebody and I'm telling them, something, it does come in waves, and the person gets it a little bit later. Okay, or sometimes after like concluding my coaching, sometimes people come back into kind of like not really coaching, but for touch-ups, for like 5 phone calls that I have on my website, to kind of talk about whatever's coming up now. And they always tell me, I now understand what you were telling me and telling me and telling me again, but it had to sink in. So all of this work, it comes in layers. You will thank me profusely much later, because the effect that I'm going to have on your life is going to be profound if you let me, if you'll take my guidance, if you'll understand that, I've done this before, and it worked spectacularly well in a lot of people's lives. And so just going with that, mentality of trust. I mean, like when you go to a doctor, you don't question their methods, right? Otherwise, don't go to them. I think the resonance has to be there for sure, between me and you, and just prepare to work. All right, just understand this is not Disneyland you're signing up for. This is real work, internal work. But with it, there are unquestionable shifts. And so we're going to talk about the mental shift, the energetic shift, the shift in thinking, obviously, that needs to happen for you to never go back, to never be able to return to that old you. You do have to become an upgraded version of yourself. You really do. And in my coaching, I use that. It's called 2.0. If you hear it anywhere else, it's been, someone's repeating after me desperately. So anyway, it's the mental discipline that gets you there. And so I think, if you're new to coaching, that's what a coach is designed to do, to keep you motivated and inspired and constantly redirecting you towards what is the best thing for you. You might not see it at that moment. You might not agree. You might not, whatever. You might be, everybody says the same thing. No, but let's talk about my SP. No, but let's talk about my SP. And I'm like, so not interested, okay? I'm purely interested in you because I know if I achieve the shift in you, your SP will come running. Of course, I'm interested. I'm only kidding. But the thing is, everybody's so convinced that it's about their SP when the SP that you're looking to seduce or bring back is in the mirror. Okay, really, true story. Because if you bring that person back and mentally shift into a confident person, a person who's happy, content, process their drama, trauma, panorama, there's no way that you can keep your SP away from you, basically speak. And I really don't care what happened unless there was abuse involved. So what is operating from Godstate? In short, it's going to the highest of levels of the version that who you are. Completely lining up with that almost like higher self vibration and operating only from that at all times, to the best of your ability, of course. So we'll discuss more on that, how to get into that, how to have these mental shifts. It's very delicate, but very precise, very methodical, very thorough work. And like I said, sometimes it may be subtle, but a change in perspective changes your world. It just does. The way you think, the kind of messages you're sending out, and being truly honest about that parenthesis here. Because I bet you money, if all of you just were honest about the kind of messages you're sending out there, there would be no question why you're manifesting what you're manifesting and why you're not manifesting what you're not manifesting. So it's the honesty, and oftentimes, people find that they need another person to bounce off of these thoughts, these ideas in order to work through them, which is where I come in. Essentially, until and unless you shift in thinking, energetically speaking, and fully being on board with what it is you want to create, nothing will happen. Don't wait for it. No kind of fucking affirmation will help you. And actually, no kind of even scripting will help you, because I've seen it in my coaching. Sometimes the person just does me a favor by scripting something and doesn't feel anything behind it, right? So that's another conversation for another time. But essentially it has to be that you're fully committed. You're fully on board with your thinking. This is who you are. You are that person. You are that highest version of yourself. And so how to get there. So that's what we will be discussing. Bring your questions. And we'll see you then, all of us. Get V, you know nothing. I'm sure Lista will come by, and everybody else who chooses to be silent, which is perfectly fine with me. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.